Okay, today we're working on adding and subtracting decimals. It's pretty simple, same as adding and subtracting any other numbers. The biggest thing is just got to line up the decimal point. So on your desk, I need you to write the following. I need you to write adding and subtracting decimals, which is what we're working on today. Number one for instructions is to line up the decimal. That is the most important thing. And then two, basically you just add or subtract depending on what the question asks you to do. You'll look, if it's got the addition symbol, you add, subtraction symbol, you'll subtract. So I've got a few sample problems here that I'm going to do for you, and then I'll create you some as well. Alright, the first one, 75.23 plus 2.76. I'm going to come over here to my view and add the grid view. You'll have a sheet of paper or your sleeve for working this out as well, so you're going to keep the numbers in each lane. But I'm going to display the grid, and I'm going to write each number in a box. 75, decimal on the line, 2, 3. See, each number has its own box lined up, and then I'm going to come over here, I'm going to line this decimal up. 2 goes on the left side, and then 7, 6 on the right. And I'm adding, so I'll put my addition symbol. 3 plus 6 is 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. I've got to bring down my decimal. That's very, very important. Make sure it stays in line. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus nothing is 7. So the answer to this problem is 77.99. Coming down to number 2, it's a subtraction problem. I do the same exact thing though. I'm going to line my numbers up in each box. Bring down have a decimal for the next one. 1 goes on the left side, 9 goes on the right, and I have no number here. As long as it comes after the last number, you can add a 0 or you don't have to. It doesn't matter, just as long as you know that that place is going to be 0. So you can put the 0 there or not, and we're subtracting. 2 minus 0 is 2. 8 minus 9 you can't do, so you have to borrow from the 2. Borrow from the 3, making it a 2, making this 18. 18 minus 9 is 9. Bring down my decimal. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the answer to this problem here is 1.92. And by keeping each number in a box, by keeping them all lined up, bringing my decimal down, I don't have to worry about the decimal getting out of place. My work stays neat. Even though I've got sloppy handwriting, everything stays neat. Alright, number 3. We have 27.65, that's 27 and 65 hundredths, minus, go ahead and put our decimal place before we ever put the problem down. 2 goes on the left, and then 7, 3, 6 goes on the right, and it's a subtraction problem. So notice how this one looks kind of wacky. We have to put the 0 here at the end. That doesn't change the value of the number. It just makes it to where we can set up the problem better. But you can't add zeros on the front side. You can only add them on the back side after the decimal place. If there's no decimal, you can't add them. Alright, so we go to add or to subtract this. Can't do 0 from 6, so we have to borrow from the 5, making it a 4. Making this a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. 6 minus 7 we can't do, so we have to borrow. Making this a 6, making that 16. 16 minus 7 is 9. Got our decimal. Got to bring it down. 6 minus 2 is 4, and then 2 minus 0 is 2. So our answer here is 24.914. Alright, I'm going to do a few example problems for you. So number 1 on your example is going to be 32.99 plus 17.652. Number 2 is going to be 327.1 minus 82.32. And then your third one is going to be 365.22 plus 32.4. At this time, pause the video and begin working on these problems. All right. If you're replaying the video, you should have these problems worked out by now. I'm going to work each one of them out for you so you can check your work. So to start with, we have 32.99 plus, put our decimal down here, 17 goes on the left side, and then 652 on the right, and we'll put our 0 there just to help line it up. 6 plus 2 is 8, 9 plus 5 is 14, carry our 1. 1 plus 9 plus 6 is 16, carry our 1 up there. Bring our decimal down before we go past it. 1 plus 2 plus 7 is 10, so put a 0 there. Bring a 1 up. 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 5. So our answer is going to be 50.648. If you got that answer, and this is what your work looked like, you got it correct. If I come around and see that your work is not lined up like my work is, then it's going to be incorrect. The decimals have to be lined up. It needs to be very neat. Even if you don't have neat handwriting, you can organize it well. All right, number 2, we have 327, point 1 minus, put our decimal first, 82 goes on the left, 32 goes on the right, and we have to put our 0 up here to be able to do the math. So 0 minus 2 you can't do, so we borrow from the 1, making it 0, making that 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 0 minus 3 you can't do, so we got to borrow from the 7, making it a 6. Making this 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. Bring down a decimal. 6 minus 2 is 4. 2 minus 8 you can't do, so we got to change this to a 2, making that 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. 2 minus 0 is 2. So our answer here is 244.78, and that's the answer to number 2. Make sure that you have the same answer as me. If you don't, go back and check and see where you made your mistake in your subtraction. Alright, coming down to the last one. Number 3. 365.22 plus, got to line up our decimals, 32.4. Put a 0 here. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. Put our decimal there. 5 plus 2 is 7. 6 plus 3 is 9. And 3 plus nothing is 3. 397.62 should be your answer. That one was nice and easy. Didn't have to carry anything. Wasn't a subtraction problem, so we didn't have to borrow. Nice, clean-cut addition problem. Very easy. So, hopefully, by the end of this video, you're able to do all 3 of these. You'll have IXL lessons now to begin working on the skills to make sure you've mastered them. So, good luck.